There's something I started noticing in my practice years ago, and it took me a while to understand what I was actually seeing. Men would come in, different ages, different backgrounds, but they'd describe the same quiet frustration. They'd say things like, I'm drinking plenty of water, I'm doing what I'm supposed to, but I just don't feel right. And when I'd ask them what they meant, they'd pause. Because it's hard to describe something that doesn't show up on a blood test. It's not dramatic, it's just the sense that the body isn't responding the way it used to. Energy fades faster, morning vitality isn't as consistent, even intimacy starts to feel less reliable. And that's the part most men don't talk about, even with their doctor. If you're watching this and something in those words sounds familiar, I want you to know you're not imagining it. And before we go any further, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. I don't post often, but when I do, it's because I think it matters. What I want to talk about today is something that sounds almost too simple to be real, but I've seen it change things for enough men that I can't ignore it anymore. It's about water, but not the way you think. Most of us were raised to believe that drinking water is just drinking water. 8 glasses a day, stay hydrated, simple. And that works fine when you're younger. Your body is efficient, your cells absorb what they need, your kidneys hold on to the minerals that matter. Everything moves smoothly. But somewhere after 50, that efficiency starts to fade. Not in a way that makes headlines, but in a way you feel. Your body becomes less effective at holding on to the water you drink. Your thirst signal gets quieter, so you might not even notice you're running a little dry most of the time. And your kidneys, which used to filter perfectly, start letting go of minerals and electrolytes that your body actually needs to function well. So you drink the same amount of water, maybe even more, but less of it is actually getting into your cells. And without those minerals, water just passes through. It doesn't fuel anything. It doesn't support circulation. It doesn't help your blood vessels stay open and flexible. And that's where things start to shift. Because blood flow, especially the kind that supports male function, depends on flexibility. Your arteries, your capillaries, the small vessels that deliver oxygen and nutrients to every part of your body, they need to be able to relax and expand when the moment calls for it. When your cells are properly hydrated and have the minerals they need, that happens naturally. Blood moves freely, circulation stays strong. You feel present in your own body. But when those minerals are missing, your vessels start to stiffen. Blood pressure climbs a little, circulation slows down. And the areas of your body that rely most on blood flow, your heart, your brain, and yes, your sexual function, those areas start to struggle. It's not that your body has given up, it's that it's working with less than it needs. And I know that can feel discouraging, especially when you've been told that this is just what happens with age. But I don't think that's the whole story. Because when men start adjusting the water they drink, not how much, but what's in it, I see things change. Not overnight, but consistently. And that tells me we're not just managing decline, we're addressing something that was missing. So let me walk you through what I mean. Your body runs on electricity. Every heartbeat, every nerve signal, every time blood moves through a vessel, that's an electrical event. And minerals are what carry that electricity. Without them, the system can't communicate properly. Signals get weaker, responses slow down, and circulation, which depends on those signals to open and close blood vessels at the right time, starts to lose its rhythm. There are 3 minerals that matter most for men over 50, and I'm going to explain each one, not because I want you to memorize anything, but because I want you to understand what's actually happening inside your body. The first is magnesium. Magnesium is what tells your muscles to relax. That includes the smooth muscles lining your arteries and the tissues responsible for healthy erections. When you have enough magnesium, your blood vessels can open freely, blood flows easily, your heart doesn't have to fight to push circulation through tight, stiff passages. But when magnesium is low, everything tightens, blood pressure rises, circulation becomes inconsistent, and for men, that inconsistency shows up in ways that are hard to ignore. Erections become less reliable, energy drops, even sleep gets restless because your body can't fully relax. Magnesium also helps regulate testosterone. When magnesium levels are healthy, your body produces less cortisol, the stress hormone that suppresses testosterone. So restoring magnesium doesn't just improve circulation, it supports the hormonal balance that keeps you feeling like yourself. The problem is, most men over 50 aren't getting enough of it. The soil our food is grown in doesn't have the minerals it used to. Our diets don't include enough magnesium-rich foods. And as we age, our bodies absorb less of it even when we do eat well. So if you've been waking up with muscle cramps, or if your legs feel restless at night, or if you just feel tense in a way you can't explain, that might be your body telling you it needs more magnesium. A small, consistent dose can make a real difference. Magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate are gentle forms that absorb well. You can also get it from foods like spinach, almonds, dark chocolate, but for most men, adding a supplement is the simplest way to bring levels back up. Within a few weeks, you'll notice your body feels different. Blood flow improves, sleep deepens, that tight, restless feeling starts to ease. The second mineral is sodium, and I know what you're thinking. We've been told for years to avoid sodium, and that's true when we're talking about processed foods and refined table salt, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a small pinch of high-quality sea salt or Himalayan pink salt added to a glass of water, especially first thing in the morning. It sounds almost too simple, but here's what it does. When you drink plain water, especially in large amounts, your body often can't hold on to it. You drink, and then 20 minutes later, you're in the bathroom again. The water just passes through. That's because without sodium, water can't get into your cells. It hydrates the surface, but not the deeper layers where energy and recovery actually happen. Sodium acts like a gatekeeper. It helps your body absorb and retain water at the cellular level, where it supports electrical balance, nerve function, and muscle activity. But the quality of sodium matters. Refined table salt has been stripped of nearly all its trace minerals. It's just sodium chloride, nothing else. But unrefined sea salt or Himalayan salt contains dozens of natural trace minerals: magnesium, calcium, potassium. Together, they create balance inside your cells. So when you add a tiny pinch to your water, you're not just adding saltiness, you're giving the water structure. You're turning it into something your body can actually use. I tell my patients to start with just a small pinch, no more than what fits on the tip of their smallest finger, in a large glass of water. You won't even taste it, but you'll feel the difference. Men tell me their energy feels more stable throughout the day. Their mind feels clearer. The afternoon crash they used to blame on age starts to fade. The third mineral is potassium. Potassium works quietly in the background, but it's essential. It's what keeps your heartbeat steady and your blood vessels responsive. When you have enough potassium, your arteries can expand and contract easily. Blood moves freely. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard with every beat. But when potassium is low, your vessels become tense and resistant. Your heart has to push harder, and over time, that takes a toll. The challenge is that most men over 50 eat fewer fresh foods, which are the main source of potassium. And many processed foods are loaded with sodium, but have almost no potassium. That imbalance drains your vitality slowly over months and years. Adding a small amount of a potassium-rich electrolyte blend to your water, especially after exercise or on hot days, can restore that balance. Even half a scoop of a low-sugar mineral powder or a few drops of liquid potassium can make a noticeable difference within days. Men describe feeling lighter, calmer, more grounded. Their heartbeat feels smoother, their circulation feels more open, their energy stays more even throughout the day. So here's what I suggest. Start your morning with a large glass of water and a pinch of high-quality sea salt or Himalayan salt. That sets the foundation for hydration that actually reaches your cells. Throughout the day, consider adding magnesium, either through a supplement like magnesium glycinate or by eating more magnesium-rich foods, spinach, almonds, dark chocolate. After workouts or on days when you've been sweating, add a potassium-rich electrolyte blend to your water to keep things balanced. When you do this consistently, something shifts. Water stops being just something you drink because you're supposed to. It becomes fuel. It becomes support for your circulation, your energy, your clarity. After a week or two, most men start to notice things they hadn't even realized were missing. They wake up feeling more refreshed. Their mind is sharper. The heavy sluggishness that used to hang over the morning starts to lift. Blood flow returns stronger. Not in a way that's forced or artificial, but in a way that feels natural, like your body is remembering how it used to work. Sexual function becomes more reliable. Erections come easier, last longer, feel more connected to the moment. And that confidence, that sense of being present in your own body, that starts to come back too. These aren't things I'm promising you. These are things men tell me they experience. And I believe them because I understand the physiology behind it. Age doesn't take your vitality away. Depletion does. And depletion can be addressed. If this resonates with you, I hope you'll subscribe. I don't post every week, but when I do, it's because I think it's worth your time. And if you know someone who might benefit from hearing this, share it with them. I'm Dr. Baylor Scott, and I want you to know that after 50, vitality isn't lost. It's just waiting for the right support to return.